Hey, Jen Gibbs here, and in this day that I'm filming this video, we're very close to New Year's, and so Happy New Year if you're watching it immediately. But I wanted to give you some tips regardless of what time of year you're gonna watch this video, because it's something that's helped me, and I always like to share small things that I can easily add into my lifestyle that make myself feel more successful and have a better edge. And so one of those things, and I got it from Darren Hardy, who is the editor of Success Magazine, but he talks about habit stacking. And so this is actually one of the easiest ways that you can go about adding some of those habits, particularly now around New Year's as we're thinking of resolutions and that kind of thing. You know, there's in my background of health coaching, I've worked in a corporate situation where I've had a chance to talk with a lot of employees about their goals, and in my past life, that was my focus, was health and fitness coaching. And something that I discovered is as we get past the holidays and into New Year's, I would ask people, hey, what's your resolution? What's your big goal? And I found the trend started to be people just stopped setting goals completely. They said, I don't want resolutions. I've been through that too many times. It's heartbreak. I don't want to let myself down. I don't want to fail. So I'm not going to set any resolution at all. And at first I was kind of shocked, you know, the first time I heard that. And then I heard it again and again and again. And the trend seemed to be people don't want to fail. And so rather than taking a goal or something that feels really big, some of these people, some just took it off the table completely, like I am what I am. If I grow, fine, or if I get closer to my goal, fine. You know, I'm tired of losing 10 pounds again, you know, and so they just took it off the table. But some people said, you know, instead of a resolution, like I'm gonna start on day 1 of January and I'm not gonna make any mistakes, I'm gonna be perfect, right? Because how long can that last? We're human, right? And so they had suggested setting, you know, small manageable lifestyle goals, or small things that they can incorporate and feel successful about, which is a great strategy and one that I would recommend. And so back to the habit stacking, how that works is you chain something that you already have a good habit doing to the new thing that you want to do. So for example, I'm an early bird. I like to get up, and the first thing I do is I kind of say affirmations as I get going, and then I immediately, like, I'm out of bed and I'm getting dressed in my workout stuff. Like I can hardly even see what it is, but I just know every morning like clockwork, I get up, I get my workout stuff on, and I go downstairs and I have my little pre-workout snack or whatever it is that you guys do. I have my own version. And then there's a little bit of time where I could have been more productive, but it really I didn't feel like I really had any time. But I knew I wanted to add reading into my morning routine, something inspirational or devotional or scriptures, something to really set my mindset first thing in the morning. And so I wanted to add that in, but I just thought my morning routine is what I already have. So I changed the question. This is another something that Darren Hardy suggests doing is, or actually maybe this is a Brian Tracyism, but ask the question, instead of saying the statement, I don't have time, you say, how could I make this a part of what I'm doing? And so, so that's what I did. I said, how can I add this successful habit of reading, because it's important to me, right? It's my value, it's something important in my life that I want to make a part of myself. How can I add that? And so this habit stacking is where you take something that you're already doing. Every morning I get up and I know I'm going to get my workout stuff on, and I'm going to go downstairs and have my little snack, and then at some point a few minutes later I'm going to walk out the door and do my workout, right? That's what I already have done, and I actually that's a whole other process of how I got into that habit, because that used to be a serious weakness and I created that habit, but that's for another video. But so what I did is I took my workout habit that is rock solid for me now, and I chained the reading habit that I wanted to incorporate that was not strong, was very weak, and I said, I'm gonna put them together. And you could do this morning routine, you can do this evening routine, it doesn't really matter. If you have a habit in the evening that you wanna brush your teeth and then you wanna read, I'm just using reading as an example, it can be whatever habit you wanna incorporate. Then you chain it to something that you do, right? So in my morning routine, after I have my little snack, or while I was maybe sipping on my shake or whatever I had made for that morning, I would sit down and I said, I'm gonna start with 1 minute, because that's attainable, right? I can do that for sure. No matter how much of a hurry I'm in, I can cut out seconds here and I can make 1 minute happen. And as you do that, you start to train your brain that I am a reader. It starts to change your identity. It starts to create new pathways in your brain, right? And so instead of saying, I never have time to read, or I'm a bad reader, or I can't do it, then you say, well, I can do it a little bit. And your brain opens up then and starts to find solutions, or like, how can I do it? Well, I can do it a little bit, right? And a little bit isn't better than nothing. So then you get to feel successful and you get to celebrate a little bit. And so I started doing that, and I would say, I'll do one, you know, one passage or 1 minute or whatever it is, a small amount, but I'm going to teach myself that I read in the morning because that's part of who I want to become. And so I started doing that, and gradually I was able to cut back and find a few extra minutes here. I cut out the snooze, and that can be 5 more minutes, right? And so that's 6 minutes of reading, right? The 1 minute I already had solidified plus the 5, you know, or maybe it's even 4. The point is I started to increase that, and I chained it to things I already had a strong habit of doing. And after a period of time, your brain builds these new pathways that support you, right? Like habits, they're tough to get going and they're tough to quit, right? So you want them on your side. And so as you chain this habit, it's going to be stronger and stronger, and you know you've got it when it feels weird to not do it. Like now I become a bear a little bit if I have to miss my morning workout for some reason, and I do it so early that I don't have a lot of conflict because I liked to be in control of that part of my day, right? And to just check that box off and succeed early in the day. But I've gotten this habit so much so to the point that if I don't, I'm like antsy. It's just part of who I am now, and so I require the workout in the morning, right? And so as over the past weeks and months, I've incorporated reading as well. That has also become part of who I am and how my habits dictate my morning. So without even thinking, I go, I make my smoothie or whatever, and then I sit down and I get the book out and I have something, and it's just I do and I do and I do. And if my book is missing, then where is it? And I have to get it into check. I have to, like, that's part of my routine. It's my comfort zone now. I've made it my comfort. I've made the uncomfortable comfortable to where it supports me. So it takes a lot of intention in the beginning, but it's easier if you're chaining it to something that you already have a habit of doing, right? So take a look at your life. What habit would you, and a small one, not like, I'm gonna go from 0 to prepping every meal of the week. I mean, maybe that would work for you, but for me, I've tried that, and that is not an attainable goal. And so, for example, I just had my trainer this morning was telling someone about how she meal preps, and I took one thing out of that I want to add is going to be my next habit that I stack. And she boils eggs Sunday night when she's making Sunday dinner, so she's got a nice protein snack to just grab and go during the week. And I thought I can do that because I make sure my family eats on Sunday nights. You know, how glamorous it is varies, but we do have dinner on Sunday nights. And so while I'm doing that, which is already my habit, I already know that I'm gonna be in the kitchen Sunday night, maybe not any other night during the week, but Sunday night, you know, is pretty much I can count on that. And so how hard would it be to just on the back burner, start some eggs boiling, and then you've got that ready to go for the week, right? So that is my next thing that I'm gonna take on as just a small amount of meal prep. I'm not gonna get out the grid and plan every meal and commit to shopping and like big changes. I'm gonna stack the small habit of creating my boiled egg protein to grab and go for the week. I'm gonna stack that on top of the dinner that I already make at least once a week on Sunday, right? So take a look at what you're doing. What habits you want to incorporate, and what habits do you already have? Give yourself credit for the good habits that you already have. We all have bad habits, right? But acknowledge the good habits and celebrate, you know, because you probably worked hard to get those in place at some point, and they're so natural now you may not even notice. So take a look at what you do habitually throughout the day and set it as a trigger to help you move forward to the next level and the next level. And pretty soon you'll find that these good habits that you have tried to incorporate and add to your daily routine and to your identity really and to who you are, they'll become natural, and then you'll want to move to the next level and the next, and that's how we grow and expand. And so I hope this has been helpful. It's something that I really do use in my life and I like to share. And as you find this video, I would love your input on what do you do already that's successful or maybe could build on this topic. Please share in the comments below, and I'd love to have kind of a discussion so we can all help each other move forward along this topic. So thanks so much for listening. Again, I hope it's been beneficial, and look forward to seeing you the next time. This is Jen Gibbs with the Utah Shores Real Estate Team, helping you move forward. See ya.